The following segment is sponsored by Daniel A. White and Associates.
On the phone right now is Dan Simon, because every Wednesday after news at 1:30, one of these great financial planners specializing in retirement income will call in with a tip for you, a free tip from Dan White and Associates. I've been a happy camper client of these guys for many, many years. Dan Simon, Middletown office. How you doing, sir?
I am well, Rick. How are you today?
Oh, just peachy. Every day's a holiday in talk radio. You know.
Oh, I can only imagine, right?
Which is why I like to have you guys on, because quite often you have some good news, and sometimes it's just something that's cautionary that you guys know how to guide us through. What do you have today?
Yeah, so with it being the first week of November, getting towards year end, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk a little bit about questions we get with Roth IRAs and Roth conversions. As people are, kind of more aware of what their income's going to be come December 31st, year end, now is really the time where I see most people considering Roth conversions or contributions. So I thought I'd run through a couple of questions that, we get from time to time and just kind of clear the air on that. And, the first, Rick, is kind of what's the sweet spot or window for Roth conversions? And, from my perspective, it's really between the ages of 59 and a half and 73 that we refer to as that kind of sweet spot. Because this is a time when tax rules allow for the most flexibility at age 59 and a half. The 10% early distribution penalty no longer applies, and, it's before required minimum distributions start at 73. And maybe this is a period of time where people are phasing into either retirement or a hybrid retirement, and their income's going to be lower to make those conversions more tax advantageous. So that's kind of the first question. Second would be, does a Roth conversion count towards your modified adjusted gross income limits for for Roth IRA contribution eligibility? Because there are income thresholds for contributions, but there aren't any for conversions. So the tax code does make it clear that Roth conversions do not count towards the AGI or adjusted gross income for Roth contribution eligibility. So it's, there is the phase out there, but for conversions, it doesn't apply. So a couple big ones there.
I got a question.
The other thing
So, we know what a required distribution is. You get to a certain age, 73, whatever it is, and the government says, we want our tax money now, so you have to take distributions out. Or with the new, I don't know, is it a Secure Act or what is it that did this? But now, if you have a relative pass away and you inherit, you have to actually get all that money out of that qualified account in 10 years and pay taxes. But I don't know what a modified required minimum distribution is. I listened to you, thought, what's that?
A modified required minimum distribution?
Didn't you say that? I thought you said modified.
I was referring to modified adjusted gross income.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, modified adjusted gross income. So if the Roth conversion could potentially implicate what your gross adjusted income is, modified adjusted gross income. Some people say, well, can I still contribute to the Roth? And the answer is yes, because the conversion amount does not disqualify you from contributing if you're still within the modified adjusted gross income threshold. But to your point, Rick, it's kind of where I was going. Are RMDs ever required on an inherited Roth IRA account? It's a question I get, right? Because if it's a traditional IRA and it goes to a child, for example, a non-spouse beneficiary, then they can either take it all out, pay the taxes, or distribute it over the course of 10 years. But with an inherited Roth IRA, the money can't sit in the inherited account forever. So yes, RMDs are required on inherited Roth IRAs. However, the payout structure on these accounts is predicated, based on the type of beneficiary. So an eligible designated beneficiary can take annual RMDs from the inherited Roth IRA account, or they can choose the 10-year rule. For a non-eligible designated beneficiary, the Roth IRA must follow the 10-year rule. and there are no annual RMDs during that period, but the full balance must be withdrawn at the end of 10 years. So
why?
Kind of rule of thumb there.
I mean, what am I missing about the taxes on that? I mean, mom passes away and she leaves you 50 grand and a Roth. Well, she wasn't going to pay taxes on that money coming out. Do you?
You do not, but I don't think the government wants the money to sit in a tax-free account forever, right? So they do force it out, but you're not paying taxes on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, they just use the rule. Yeah, it's golden rule number 2. He who has the gold makes the rules.
Yeah, I mean, if you could just pass Roth IRAs down from generation to generation, those things could really grow over the course of time. But they do force the money out after 10 years.
So are you kidding? I would put my house into a Roth IRA and give it to my grandkid. There you
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice? So, there's a lot more than just saying, hey, I'm going to contribute to a Roth or I'm going to convert money to a Roth. But this time of the year, I always recommend, kind of taking a look, see what your final income is going to be come 2 months from now. And, if you're not filling up the tax bracket that you're in, you're concerned about where taxes may potentially be going in the future, then, maybe it does make sense to, do some conversions within the tax bracket that you're in.
Taxes always go down, don't they?
Unlike gravity, no, it can go up.
Yeah, unlike gravity. Very, very nice. Dan Simon, financial planner specializing in retirement income at Dan White & Associates. Give him a call, 888-690-8820, 888-690-8820. Doesn't charge anything to sit down and have a meaningful conversation. And then on Sunday, Dan White himself presents On the Money, Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock on 101.7 FM, 1150 AM, and streaming to your digital devices. Any idea of what's on the program for this Sunday?
Oh, On the Money this Sunday. What do we got? I can probably find out for you real quick. Let's see.
I try not to catch you, and then I fell right into that trap that I set for myself, and I apologize.
No, I got it.
Yeah, but I knew you'd have to go look it up. What's that?
Nah, I got you. Dan's going to be talking about estate planning, living trusts, and there's a white paper giveaway as well for Estate Planning 101. So,
oh, really?
Always a good topic.
All right, Sunday morning 7 right here on WDEL. Dan Simon, good talking to you. Thank you, sir.